Hello and welcome to ThePrint Soft cover, where we launch the newest non-fiction books and speak to the inspiring authors behind them. Today we have with us Moona Ssahni, who's a strategic CFO, a chartered accountant, and the former CFO of Rajasthan Royal, who is now the founder of Monaargy Consultancy. She has over 20 years of global financial leadership experience and has now launched her debut book, Money Karma: 9 Mantras to Fix Your Relationship with Money. This book has kind of gone beyond traditional financial advice and has spoken of monies not only as an emotion but also as an energy, and has also redefined wealth as something that not only depends on numbers but also as something that comes from your beliefs, your self awareness, and your intentions. Thank you for joining us, ma'am.
It's a pleasure to be here.
So, to begin with, I would start with, as you've been in finance for such a long time. So, what made this first book happen, and why did you think it was the right time to put your ideas into writing?
So, I've been in finance for several years, right? As you rightly pointed, I was the former CFO of Rajasthan Royals, and then in early 2025, I started my financial consultancy where we provide CFO services, debt, and equity advisory. And then I started talking to multiple entrepreneurs, and I realized one pattern that every decision that they're making is coming from their individual mindset or relationship with money. And every entrepreneur has a different conditioning, and therefore, the way they look at business is also different, and the way they make their financial decisions is also kind of, coming from that conditioning. And which is where I felt, um, it's so much unsaid. Little do they realize that how they are making decisions is coming from their either scarcity mindset or abundance mindset, either coming from their panic or coming from pressure. And all of this is not something true to business, but this is what they've learned while they were growing. They were told that paise khatam ho jayenge, money will get over. What if you're not left with the balance? On the other side, there are entrepreneurs who feel that let's do what we have to do, not take cash flow into account, and somebody will take care of it, or it will get taken care of. Either of the methods don't work. And which is when this book happened. It was not a design or a plan, but it came out of a coffee conversation with a friend who said that you write very well, I've seen your posts on LinkedIn, etc., why don't you write? I said yes, that has been on my list forever, but I think now is the time to write. And I had this subject in mind. I knew always that whenever I would write about money. And that conversation led to taking the pen to the paper, putting the first the first title of the book, and sketching out what the chapters would look like. And then from there, I think the whole idea developed, and this all happened in July last year.
Okay.
But luckily, by September, I was done with the book. And even before completing the book, I had just written 2 to 3 chapters. Thankfully, Shantanu, who's the chief editor at Home Publication, uh, connected. We could connect through a colleague, and then we had a 3-book plan in place. And it just naturally happened. And I always feel, and I just told you that books are not a business plan. You cannot design them, they happen to you. They are like love at first sight. It just happens. And once you start writing, and then it's the flow that takes over. And there have been times when I felt, I probably started with a different perspective, but when the chapter is written or the mantra is written, it ended very differently. So the book while I'm writing the book is also rewriting me. So
Great.
that's the magic of the book.
So, this book is written in a very creative manner as well, and it has been described as both like a mirror but also a playbook. So, what made you choose this way of writing, and how did you find the right balance between this introspective psychological point of view and this action oriented rule book for people?
So, initially I would just read books,
Mhm.
When I started reading books, I think when I started my college.
Mm.
And some of the first few books I read were like anybody else would be You Can Win, Counting Your Chickens Before They Hatch, Seven Habits of Highly Effective People. Then later in life, I read Secrets of the Millionaire Mind and Think and Grow Rich and, many others, Psychology of Money
Mhm.
and so many more. Power
Mhm.
of Nows, Power of
Mhm.
Subconscious Mind, this, that and all. There's no end to
Mhm.
the list. All of the books have been great books.
Mhm.
Uh, but then I've realized, and when I would read previously, I was able to read the entire book in
Yeah.
a week's time, a
Yeah.
week and a half maybe. But now when I started my books, I would never finish them.
Mhm.
And it's not that I'm not a good reader.
Mhm.
My reading speed is good, but maybe how we consume information has
Yeah.
changed. So even if my earlier version was the one that could read a book in a week, now I don't finish books in a month also.
Mhm.
And which is why when I was writing the book, I was writing for me as an audience.
Mhm.
That if I don't finish others' books, how will someone else finish my
Yeah.
book? And which is why I've written just open the book and whichever mantra you go to, whichever is meant to you, for you will come to you.
Mhm.
It doesn't necessarily mean you need read in order. Reading in order is ideal,
Yeah.
but then even if you don't read in order, is
Mhm.
it's okay.
Mhm.
Uh, and then when I was doing this book, I wanted to write very small stories, very
Mhm.
small confessions, tighten them. So somebody reads one story or one case study or one
Mhm.
confession, whatever you may call it. I call it confession in a way, or I call it a case study. And these are most of them, not most, all of them are near real.
Okay.
Names have been changed and
Yeah.
little circumstances here and there, but they are near real because I'm also an ICF accredited coach.
Okay.
So I've been coaching on the side, never made it a profession, but it was more helping people around me.
Mhm.
And that is what then I brought into the book. Kept it very compact as much
Mhm.
as I could do.
Mhm.
There's only so much I feel that it could have been even better, maybe.
Mhm.
If I had to write,
Mhm.
every time I read a para, I feel that I could have written this a little differently.
Mhm.
But I think that's how the journey of life is, and all of us who are creative would want to every para we would want to change every next day, but that doesn't work in a book. Once you've written, you stick to it for some time. But that was the whole logic. I've used bullet points
Mhm.
wherever possible, left a little space to
Mhm.
introspect. Um, in fact, one of the reviews I received is it's a two-page review
Okay.
from a reader, and she said that you should have left 2 pages after every chapter and summarized the chapter entirely for us and also given us space to write each and
Okay.
every point. Now every reader will have a
Mhm.
perspective,
Mhm.
but then there is publication house which
Mhm.
has a perspective. I had to
Mhm.
really push
Mhm.
the bullet point approach because traditionally this is not a very very acceptable
Yeah.
way of writing books.
Mhm.
But and then I also wanted to use real words that we talk today: green
Mhm.
flag, red
Mhm.
flag, situationship, ghosting, and you will see many
Yeah.
of those words coming in the book because those are the things we're living and we can relate to that.
Yeah.
Writing about things we don't relate to doesn't make sense, and I think 10 years from now we will have a different
Mhm.
dictionary,
Mhm.
so that our dictionary is also changing too
Mhm.
fast, so I had to
Mhm.
keep it as relevant as
Mhm.
possible.
Right.
So that was the whole idea, and like I said, the writing happened there from.
Yeah. So, if we talk about right now in today's generation, we're seeing two very different kind of money mindsets emerging. Ones who say that we are not able to save at all, whatever we do, and on the other hand, you have these avid savers, avid investors who are willing to take risks as well. So, how do you see today's generation's relationship with money and finances, and how has it changed from previous generations?
See, actually, I don't believe in generations really,
Okay.
because I think at any given point in time, like today, and I'm sure there is a grandparent,
Mm-hmm.
there's a parent, and then there's a grandchild.
Mm-hmm.
All are using the same social media. So it's an Instagram or a
Mm-hmm.
Facebook or whichever other medium,
Mm-hmm.
WhatsApp, and
Mm-hmm.
so much we
Mm-hmm.
use today. And every day a new thing comes up. Snapchat is there. There's so much more.
Mm-hmm.
Twitter is there, and
Mm-hmm.
different people use different things. But I think Instagram, WhatsApp are the common
Mm-hmm.
channels. Instagram to consume content, and WhatsApp to circulate content.
Mm-hmm.
Now, right content, wrong content is a
Yeah.
different subject
Yeah.
matter. So now the generation separation, I would not hold that,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because we're living the same generation,
Okay.
because we're living the same time together.
Mm-hmm.
And each of us are learning from those more experienced,
Mm-hmm.
with those little less experienced,
Mm-hmm.
and those experiencing things for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
So honestly, there's not a generation thing, it's just a biological age gap.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And I say it's purely biological,
Mm-hmm.
because a 60-year-old person can do an impulsive
Mm-hmm.
purchase,
Mm-hmm.
a child can do an impulsive purchase, and a 30-year adult can also do an
Mm-hmm.
impulsive purchase.
Mm-hmm.
So, where is the generation gap?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Same thing. Now, a young child could be someone who saves every penny in the piggy
Mm-hmm.
bank.
Mm-hmm.
A 30-year adult could
Mm-hmm.
be the one who's actually a very shrewd investor,
Mm-hmm.
and investing in equal
Mm-hmm.
pockets, putting money into living, putting money into growing, and
Mm-hmm.
putting money into
Mm-hmm.
giving. That's one of the things I
Mm-hmm.
talk about. And you may have somebody who's 50 and 60 and financially free,
Mm-hmm.
because they plan their life well.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, you can have another family where they have no idea about financial freedom,
Mm-hmm.
no matter the age. They don't know where what all the money that the adult is making is spending on
Okay.
whatever they are spending on.
Mm-hmm.
And they also could be expensive rich.
Yeah.
They may not be wealthy,
Mm-hmm.
but their lifestyle may be expensive. They may be
Mm-hmm.
rich
Mm-hmm.
but not wealthy.
Mm-hmm.
So that's also could be a situation.
Yeah.
And again, I will disregard generation. It could
Mm-hmm.
happen to anybody.
Okay.
And there is the whole idea of these nine mantras is not to push it to one
Mm-hmm.
generation versus the other,
Mm-hmm.
because all of us are experiencing money every day. We
Mm-hmm.
either spend money, there's no day ever in our life, ever since we've taken birth
Mm-hmm.
till we die,
Mm-hmm.
that we will eat, that in that one day we say that we had no money transaction. Can't happen.
Yeah.
You're either spending money
Mm-hmm.
or earning money
Mm-hmm.
or investing money or saving money every single day of your life. Even when you were 0 day and 1 day, somebody was spending on
Yeah.
you. So when our relationship with money is so deep,
Mm-hmm.
and which also evolves, a child may have a different relationship,
Yeah.
most playful and
Mm-hmm.
happy relationship,
Mm-hmm.
I'll say. An adult confused, and maybe a senior adult even more sometimes confused.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we need to go back to our basics and to that child who felt that the money is in abundant, who knew what money needs to go to piggy bank
Mm-hmm.
and what I need to get from home to get my toys.
Mm-hmm.
Absolute rationalism without any
Mm-hmm.
spreadsheet.
Yeah.
So that is the playful and joyful experience of money. I am,
Yeah.
wanting people to bring in their life. It's not about the quantity. But if the money I have, I cannot experience joy with that money,
Yeah.
then there's something missing.
Yeah. That's true. And you spoke about how, social media is a unifier of generations, as you're saying. So today we see a lot of personal finance advice being available. There are finance influencers as well now. They range from extremes, like some people would tell you to invest in which mutual funds, some will tell you that, oh, you need to move away from traditional saving mechanisms like FDs and retirement funds, and how to maximize where you can be when you're 30 years old or 40 years old. So is this something to be wary about, and how can we pick and choose from these advices that are thrown on us every single day?
See, understand, all of these advisors, including me,
Hmm.
everybody,
Hmm.
this whole ecosystem is creating content.
Hmm.
There's a pressure on these advisors to create content in 30 to 50 second.
Yeah.
Okay,
Hmm.
now something they've learned in their life which took them 10 years, 15 years to learn, they are required to put in 30 to 50 second, or maximum is 59-second reel, is because that's what people like to see.
Yeah.
That is what they're putting in that reel. The content is to for them to showcase their thought leadership. The content is not for people to blindly follow, and one size does not fit all. So which means either you be an expert in managing your finances, which is the first situation. Not everybody will be, in which case you need a financial advisor. It could be one of these influencers who become your advisor, or they will have organizations or a system which can advise you. Because without knowing who you are, at what age you are, what is your salary or what is your business, telling you invest in FD or take a home loan or not take a home loan, take a car loan, not take a car loan, invest in SIP, invest in whatever else, bonds. How does that even make sense? So it's like telling you that, look, go and have paracetamol no matter whether you have fever or not.
Okay.
It doesn't make sense. So anyone who's looking at doing any of the changes to their investments, look at these advice, this content pieces as information clues, which kind of opens your mind to think that, okay, there is more to this. But that's not the end of the story, and that doesn't mean you start acting on it blindly.
Yeah.
You need to do the introspection within you, if you are an expert, or get some kind of advisory mechanism in place, and then see if that particular option which you read about, which you saw on ChatGPT, which Claude told you, or whoever else becomes your advisor. Not just content, AI is also an advisor today.
Yeah.
So, but AI is AI. You need human in the loop. Somebody who really understands the trajectory where you are in life. Do you have children who are dependent on you? Do you have your wife dependent on you? Do you have aging parents dependent on you? What is your lifestyle? What is it that you can bring down, not bring down?
Yeah.
So let's say you live a certain lifestyle. I tell you, okay, tomorrow onwards, AI tells you, you have to live within 50% of whatever you're living in. You're spending so much, so spend half. That doesn't make it half really, because you've lived certain pattern in your life. So that is where you need somebody to guide you. And I would only say, use this content pieces as a clue, not to devise your action plan.
Yeah.
For your action plan, take advice, or if you're geared enough, gauge your advice.
Yeah. And one idea that I found really interesting in the book was of wealth resonance and how money gets stored as trauma in your body, and your response to any financial decision is affected by that. You also speak about this 10-second hold, which you feel will help against these like instant purchases and everything. But practically, in this world filled with one click purchases, how does one calm themselves and feel safe with their money to actually make like intelligent decisions and not go into this loop of just purchasing?
So I will answer the loop of purchase first,
Yeah.
then go to wealth residence. So when it comes to buying and the world we live in, the all the businesses are set up to send you notifications at your lowest point, when most likely either you're lonely, or you've had a not so good day, whatsoever that is. Somehow these intelligent systems exactly know what you're looking for. Or if you're talking about taking a flight or a holiday or buying something, and suddenly your Instagram and your social media and wherever you, whichever website you visit, you will start seeing those relevant ads. And it is, and the business is already making the customer journey very, very small, which means you see something, you click, and you bought it. And by the time you even think about it, probably the courier is already on its way. Okay. So now definitely, therefore, there's too much pressure on us to really be vigilant, because in no time our bank accounts will be empty
Yeah.
if we do not control that, and which is my biggest concern.
Mhm.
Ola, Uber, Zomato, Swiggy, Myntra, Nykaa, you name it, whichever website, everything is Amazon, everything is on tip of our hands. And our phones are always charged and fully there. We have credit cards. We just made buying super, super easy.
Yeah.
As in life, we have nothing else to do but only buy.
Yeah.
And left, if money was not a constraint, people would only keep doing buying the whole day. And therefore, one needs to pause. Pause. So what I essentially say is, my for any bigger purchase. Now, big purchase, you need to decide: is it about 10,000 for you, or is it about 50,000 for you, or is it about 1 lakh for you? Your big purchase. Because in nowhere in my book I've said one size fits all.
Yeah.
Because each one needs to define their size, take ownership, and define what is big purchase for me. So every big purchase for you, which let's say is above 25,000, I would say pause for 1 day, unless it's an emergency. If you need something for your health, it's an emergency situation, then that 24-hour rule does not apply. But if it's not an emergency, the world is not going to change in those 24 hours of you not buying things, then pause for 24 hours. See if you really genuinely need that stuff. Most of the times, we end up finding things in our house which we have never used ever. But we ordered that in one low moment.
Yeah.
And we did not even realize we were ordering it. And but then later, when we think about it, it gives us a feeling of regret and guilt. And that is not what you want. You gave away money to buy guilt. So basically, I'm telling you, take money, give me guilt. Really? And give me that product also, which to me becomes a clutter because now I'm not using it. Anything that I use is of a value.
Yeah.
Anything I don't use is clutter because I'm not using it.
Yeah.
So that is the 24-hour rule. And anything small that you're buying, pause for, I would say, more than 10 seconds, but 10 seconds because it's working so fast, things are happening so fast. So I'm saying pause for 10 seconds, count 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Do you still need that piece that you're buying? A rational mind will quickly say yes or no. And I have tried and tested this recently. I cannot name the person I was coaching. So based on my book, I've created a course, Journey to Happy Money. And one of the participants in Journey to Happy Money, she tends to doom scroll and buy anything and everything that she comes up with when she's scrolling. And if you would have noticed, the prices of these things are 299, 399, 499. It's too small to even, it doesn't hit your bank balance. But every day you doing a purchase of 399, 499 will become about 20,000 by the end of the month. Right? So two products, if you bought 300, 400 rupees, 700 rupees into 30 is 21,000. It's gone straight. So that one purchase is not a problem, but the repeat of it every night is a problem. So to her, we told her not to buy anything unless it is a replenishment for 10 days. She took the 10-day challenge. 11th day, 12th day, she did not buy anything. She said, I don't feel like buying anymore. And what is this buying doing? I'm just not feeling enough. I've had a bad day. Somebody's told me something. How do I feel enough? When I buy something, I feel I become enough. Okay. So somehow this retail therapy comes into play. I have no problem with the retail therapy as long as it's not keeping a huge set of people away from their financial freedom. As long as they're buying for their requirements, for their needs. I need this ring and I buy it, it's okay. I need this watch, I genuinely need this watch, I buy it, it's okay. But what I don't need, I don't need to buy and clutter and also give my money energy to them. So it's dual, leak. One, I'm giving away my money. Second, I'm buying a clutter. It could be anything. It could be the fanciest thing, but that fanciest thing is a clutter until I use it. A smallest thing is not a clutter if I'm using it. So that's where the first aspect is. Coming to wealth resonance. See, we can only resonate with the money that we can, we think is real. So for someone who thinks 50 lakh is real, I can earn up to 50 lakh. No matter what he does, somewhere he will plateau at 50 lakh salary or 50 lakh business income. Now, when that resonance rises to a crore, then to 5 crores, then whichever level, they will start living the life in and around that value that they resonate with. Where is the resonance coming from? Millionaire, being a millionaire is okay, but being a billionaire means you've done some cheating. Okay, so now you will make millions, but you will never make billions. Okay, because somewhere someone told you all the people who are billionaires have done something massively wrong in their life, and you don't want to be wrong. So therefore you never want to be there. But money and wrong has got nothing to do. Money just makes you more of who you are. A good person with a lot of money will become a beautiful and a nice philanthropist. A not so good person, when I say not so good, there's nothing good, bad really, but I'm saying people who take adverse means to, do things, such a person with more money will do more of such things. So money only is a mirror of who you are. More money amplifies who you are. If you've come with the right moral thoughts, you will maintain that no matter how much money you have. And resonance, also, you see in these lottery winners, people who win lotteries or people who win money in the game shows or reality shows, whether it is Kaun Banega Karodpati, that was one of the earliest one. There is enough on the internet, and you will see there are case studies that people who won lotteries or won game shows and reality shows in 3 to 5 years come back to their original lifestyle. They are not able to maintain this wealth because in their mind this lifestyle is real, this is illusion. Okay, when we say no, this is like dream for me because I don't consider this is true. Therefore I don't think I can live in the dream for long, so I have to come back to reality. So unless you vibrate at this level, this frequency of whatever you think your life has got to, if you vibrate there, then from there you'll go to next level. If you're not able to resonate with that wealth, then you will drip down. Our life never remains stable. Wherever we are in our life, let's say I'm here in my life, from here I can go up or down. So based on how I'm vibrating in my life at this point in time, that will decide whether I'm moving up in life or down in life.
Okay.
And that applies to money as well. And that's where the integration of psychology comes in. And a lot of times when children are told that look, ज़्यादा पैसा कमाने ज़्यादा पैसा होने से ना बुद्धि भ्रष्ट हो जाती है, something like this. I've heard these kind of things from people. या ज़्यादा पैसा होने से ये हो जाता है, वो हो जाता है. So now these all people are kids, when they grow up and when they get lot of money, they're not able to use that money for themselves. They start giving away. They'll give it to everybody who's asking money as loan. They might give it as loan, they might give it as giveaways, they might do charity, because for them the money is not for them, because they've always been told by their parents, your needs are only limited, you only use that much money and rest it is for you to give away. So now they cannot vibrate or hold the money for themselves, and they think it is their obligation to give. So giving has to come from overflow, not from obligation. So that's where the resonance comes into play.
So you also speak about how the aim is not just to manage money, it's to fix one's relationship with money, as you've just mentioned. So what does a healthy relationship in your view looks like, and what do you mean when you say happy money? Yeah.
Okay. So what do I mean when I say happy money is, when I earn money, I feel gratitude. I feel good. When I spend money, I bless my money and also bless the recipient who's receiving the money. When I save my money, I'm not worried while I'm saving. When I invest my money, and let's say there's a market crash, I'm not in a panic mode. I know market has crashed. It was, I mean, in a period of 7 years, market will go up and down. But I'm at ease with my investments, not checking it every second, every minute, trying to do a little up, a little down, jiggle with it. If I'm not trying to do that, then which means I'm at peace with my investments. I've made the right investment. All the advice I needed, I've already taken and put my investment in the right places. That doesn't mean I don't look at it. I look at it once in a month, once in a quarter, and then once in a year. If any strategy change is needed, I do that. And then when I give money, I give out of overflow. I don't give with an intention to get back. And giving is part of my everyday living. This to me is happy money. When I have three buckets: living, growing, giving, balanced. And when I actually do those transactions, my nervous system, and you know your nervous system when you're in a panic mode, your hands start sweating, head starts aching, you just feel irritated, you just feel you're giving a lot of money to somebody, or somebody's giving you less, your company's paid you less bonus, less variable pay, whatever that may be. Those kind of things, you feel it in your body. So as long as you're able to rest your nervous system, that to me is happy money.
Okay.
Hope that answers. And in terms of relationship, see, you can have a money relationship like you have any other relationship. So any other relationship, just name any relationship in your life.
A friendship.
Friendship?
Yeah.
What do you do with them? Do you meet them?
Yeah.
How often?
Once a week.
Once a week.
Yeah.
Do you talk to them during the week?
Yeah.
How many times?
Once a day maybe.
Once a day?
Yeah.
Do you see your bank statement once a day?
No.
Do you meet your money once a week? Do you sit down with what you did the entire week with money?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. So this is the difference between situationship with money, which you do sometimes, and a relationship with money, which where you genuinely, end of the day, peacefully with your lovely cup of coffee, see, okay, what transactions I did today. And in fact, I just want to point out here one thing. One of the things I've written in the first chapter as well is joy, neutral, regret. So I say once a week, date your money. Sit with your favorite music in the background, favorite cup of coffee or chai. I'm a chai person, so I sit with chai. Somebody can sit with their cappuccino or a filter coffee and look at your bank statement. Take a soft copy or a hard copy, whatever works best for you. And against every spend, just say, did it give you joy? Was it neutral for you, or did it give you regret? Purely by doing this exercise, at least 55 people I know who've been following this consciously, their regrets have gone down. And let me tell you why 1 week later. Is because by this time, whatever you ordered has got delivered, and you know whether it is joy or regret. Before that, you didn't know whether it was joy or regret. In the moment when we buy something, everything is joy. But when after that thing actually comes, and when you experience that, whatever you may have bought, whether it is a course, whether it is a gadget, whether it is a product, or whether it is a service, it's 1 week later you will actually know whether it is joy, neutral, or regret. A pizza could be joy, a pizza could be regret. So which is why I never say one size fits all. A pizza with your best friends on a night out is probably the best thing, when you're snatching slices from each other. But a full pizza ordered when you had a fancy meal cooked at home, just like that, and which you only probably picked one slice and left the rest, could be a regret.
Yeah.
So I'm just talking about this relationship with money where you spend a little time on money every day. Just have that conversation with money. See your bank statement at least once a week, definitely. Look at what transactions, what's the plan for the week after that? Are you in track with whatever you had planned? So whatever time you spend with friends, etc., a fraction of that time spend with your money. And the best relationship you will ever have in your life will be with your own money. And when the relationship will be good, see how your money will surprise you. It will come to your rescue at times, and you will feel probably, glad I had my money with me and it helped me in these ways.
And lastly, I just want to understand, while writing this book, Did you discover something about your own spending habits, your own relationship with money, or did writing this book change some of that as well?
It changed a lot. It changed a lot. And one little piece I may want to share. So when I was growing, uh, obviously my mom was working all these
Mm-hmm.
years. I mean, she's not in this world today. I lost her
Mm-hmm.
in 2018. But while we've seen her working, she would always go to office no matter what. She would go to work even on days when she was unwell.
Hmm.
And obviously, her relaxation or her leisure was based on her office schedule.
Hmm.
That is what I picked up.
Yeah.
So my leisure was based on my office schedule.
Hmm.
So there have been times when I missed, attending. I'm a mother of two children.
Hmm.
So I missed attending certain events
Yeah.
because obviously the position demanded me being there.
Hmm.
And some days were really, really tight
Hmm.
in the role I was.
Hmm.
And I had to make those choices.
Hmm.
And I probably thought that is the right thing to do because my mother did it.
Yeah.
So I'm doing it. And for people, others who not working, homemakers, mom would always say that, look, their lives are different, ours is different.
Hmm.
And somewhere I developed this unsaid barrier
Hmm.
that, look, I'm a working woman, so my
Hmm.
life is different. And
Hmm.
my friends who are not working, they
Hmm.
may have ample of time to do
Hmm.
certain things. I
Hmm.
don't have. And therefore, the barrier was there, but I wasn't aware.
Hmm.
So when I was doing the wealth resonance thing, I realized my barrier, that we tend to create barrier between us and someone else. It could be our bosses, it could be our our subordinates, based on where they are in their money trajectory.
Hmm.
So somebody who, let's say, inherited a lot of money, we say that, okay, he's different.
Hmm.
He's got a lot of money from
Hmm.
his inheritance.
Hmm.
How is he different? His
Hmm.
inheritance is just a situation, a fact,
Hmm.
but his money journey is just like us. So a
Hmm.
lot of those barriers in different areas of my life, I could actually meet them
Hmm.
and then shatter them.
Hmm.
And look, ultimately all of us are going through these experiences.
Hmm.
We may had lived different lives
Hmm.
based on where we were born, which country, which
Hmm.
city, which family, etc. But all of us are on a journey,
Hmm.
and it's our relationship with money. And because our relationship with money or our situation was any different, we cannot create a barrier around us.
Yeah.
So whether we working, not working,
Hmm.
whether we inherited, did not inherit,
Hmm.
so many things.
Hmm.
So that inheritance has to go down. And one other area which really helped me was aligned income, where I talk about the second chapter,
Hmm.
conscious earning.
Hmm.
And obviously I'd already made the choice of moving from a very beautiful, well taken care of job to entrepreneurship. And that alignment also came in, and I could structure that even better.
Okay.
So the conscious earning piece came to me very naturally. The last part of circulation and legacy. So now I know that, okay, my life is fragile. I can die any point. So, whatever I've created or whatever we've created as a couple needs to go to the next generation.
Hmm.
And how do we make that smooth?
Hmm. Hmm.
So, those kind of things, do, kind of make a mark.
Yeah.
While we know this, while we hear this, but when you write this, go back to the book. So after, ever since I've started, rather completed the book, and especially from April onwards, more
Hmm.
rigidly, I take one mantra and, kind of fully activate it in my life, so that there's no missing pieces.
Hmm. Hmm.
Because it's life, right?
Hmm.
As much as you may have an impulsive purchase, I may also get impulsive in a
Yeah.
moment. So it's not something, you do it once and it's done for life. So that's where it is. So yes, there have been multiple changes in my life. My money journey has become very, very happy.
Hmm.
I experience happy money in my journey today, and I'm glad I do that.
Okay. So this has been a wonderful conversation. Thank you so much for joining me.
Pleasure,
Yeah.
pleasure, pleasure being here.